Hey everyone, welcome to the EV show by Ludicrous Feed Live. Today's Wednesday, the 4th of June 2025. Nice to see you all in the chat there. If you just joined us, say hello on the live chat. Let me put those comments on. There we go. We can all see what we're typing. And if you are watching this on replay, hello as well. Make sure you leave a comment below. And if you're listening to us on audio podcast, thanks for joining us wherever you might be listening from. Okay, well, let's say hello to our co-host as always, the man himself, Mr. Bonzo, Mr. Riz Akhtar. Hey, Riz, how you going?
Hey, Tom. Going well, solving all the issues in the airline and electric vehicle industry all at once.
Yeah, that's right. He's not joking either. He's a good man, hardest working man in the industry. Thanks, Riz, for joining us. And, of course, our regular guest as always. Hello, Mr. Roland Lam from Zapped AU YouTube channel. Hey, Roland, how's things?
Hey Tom, all good thanks. How are you? Hey Riz, and good evening everyone.
Hey, good to see you, and thanks for joining us everyone. Thanks for all those comments as well. Before we get started, let's thank our channel sponsors as always. Thank you to mycar, Tyre Auto, and thank you to Hankook Driving Emotion for your EV tyres, and also thank you to Riz from Carloop, data to empower Australia's EV revolution. Speaking of data, so much data to talk about tonight, gents. It's going to be a huge show, so thanks so much for joining us as always. So let's say hello to some of our regular guests. Hello, Richard Laxton. First post, yes, welcome. And he's joining the stream from bed tonight since I'm driving from Melbourne to Broken Hill to achieve my goal of getting all Victorian Tesla superchargers. Amazing. Going to come back the next day via South Australia. Best of luck, Richard. Looking forward to hearing all about it next time. Hello there also to Hal. Nice to see you. One of our regulars. Hello, Gaffer. Hello there. Hello, It's Only Dale. Hello, and hello, Steve Potter. Nice and wet there from the Central Coast. Yes, a bit wet in New South Wales today, all over the state. Well, certainly in our part of the state. Yes, also hello to Jess. Yes, ludicrously cold in Melbourne. Yes, I can imagine. It's cold in Sydney, must be cold in Melbourne, right? Yes, and hello, Lewis. Nice to see you. Yes, oh, autumn in Brisbane. Find that hard to believe up in sunny Queensland, but must be cold, I guess. Colder. And hello, Strolling Sydney. Let's see you. Hello, Evie Az. Hello, Adam Peck. Hello, Jean from Southwest Sydney. So good of all of you to join us. You can see your comments now, guys, in the bottom right corner. So yeah, keep those hellos coming, and hello, Sim as well. Winter in the Gold Coast is beautiful. Yeah, just rub it in, Sim. It's gonna be nice and warm up there, I'm sure. Hello, Jason. Nice to see you. And hello for the Burbs, Jim Hook. Hello there. Hello, Justin Hong. 5,000 kilometer service on the BYD C-Line 7. Well done. 5,000 Ks already. That's great. Yes, and thank you, Jason, for reminding me. If you haven't subscribed to Roland's YouTube channel, check it out. Zapped AU. Well worth the watch. Okay, all right. Thanks, everyone. And let's get underway tonight. Just a quick plug also for the Melbourne International EV Autoshow. We've got, I think, the link in the video description. If it's not there, I'll make sure I post it tonight. But it's coming up pretty soon. Riz and I will be there definitely doing some hosting and emceeing on stage and just general walk-arounds. So yeah, make sure you come down if you're in Melbourne and say hello to us as well. And lots of things to talk about, obviously. Hot topics like V2G, autonomous driving, lots of EV chargers to try and talk about as well. Yeah, and lots of cars to see as always, of course.
Heaps happening, test drives, everything sort of all under one roof.
Yep, that's it. At the Melbourne Convention and Exhibition Centre on the south side of the river there, I believe. Right, so I think the big news, gents, tonight has to be the fact that EV sales have rebounded thanks to a certain brand that has been, not present in the top 5 in the last couple of months, but now it's back. The Tesla Model Y, of course, the new version is back and roaring and bringing the percentages up for EV sales. So what are we now, Riz? 9.2%, I believe, for April 2025. No, May 2025, I'm sorry. So here we go. Is that the right article? No, it's not. It's
this piece it comes a day earlier, I think, with the Electric Vehicle Council, but that's still positive. Tesla doing pretty well with the Model Y. I think all in all, interesting month. The other article sort of covers the whole what's the state of play.
Yes, let me get that article up. I'm sorry, gents. Let me have a look. The Driven. And where are we? Here we go. That's the one I want to see. Okay. Let's bring that up. So here we go. Model Y rebound, boost from Geely, BYD and Kia put Australia EV sales back on track. 9.2%. There we go. 10,000 battery electric vehicles sold in Australia. Is that the first time it's gone over 10,000 in a couple of years?
I think we had something like that last year, and that was when the big Model 3 deliveries sort of came in. There's just so much more choice now. Some of the models will cover in the top 10 just weren't there last year. So yeah, quite interesting to see. Tesla was doing quite a bit of the heavy lifting back then, but now there's way more options for consumers, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, we all kind of knew this was going to happen, right? Tesla Model Y deliveries this month or last month. Everyone's waiting for the new car. And here it is, 3,580 sales for Tesla Model Y in May 2025. Probably a few more to come, I would say. But Kia EV5 taking out this number 2 spot. That's actually quite impressive. Followed by Geely with 511. So yeah, some good numbers there from the other brands too.
Yeah, I think one thing worth noting, the first deliveries for Tesla Model Y, I think, started on the 9th or 10th of the month. And they originally started in, I think, New South Wales and Sydney first, and then the following week was what was happening here in Melbourne. So this month in June, when we get the figures early next month, will be the first whole month. So that 3,580 could have been higher, but I guess they've delivered as many as they can. So next month will be, pretty much up there, if not a bit higher for the Model Y. But I don't know, gents, if that's going to push us to 10% because June traditionally is a very big month, end of financial year across the whole car industry. So if they end up selling 115,000, 120,000 cars in that month, and we only get to about 11,000, 12,000 EVs, that will still be sort of 8.5%, 9%.
Yes, I guess we should probably look at the total number, right? What's the record in Australia for EV sales? It must be pretty close to this, I would imagine.
It was under 11,000.
Yeah. So we can at least set that record, if not statistically higher than like this month, for example. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But look, I'm happy to see that. Obviously, Tesla Model Y this month, next month, maybe the month after should be number 1. I would have thought, or very close to. EX5, Geely EX5, 511 sales. That's great. And the BYD's bringing up the midfield there. C-Line 7, Seal, Dolphin Atto 3, so all doing reasonably well there. But what I am heartened to see, Riz and Roland, is Hyundai Inkster down the bottom there, 101 sales. That's really good, actually. I personally quite like that car, just to be honest with you. Riz, would that be dealer sort of deliveries or the actual deliveries to customers here?
Could have been the first set of press cars, dealer demos, whole lot of things. I mean, MG S5 sort of had the same sort of a month as well. But I believe that the delivery should start officially if they haven't already started. So, and we'll start to see them sort of come in June and onwards. So, Polestar 4 there, 133 odd sales.
Still going strong. It's another favorite of mine. I'm curious to see that the MGS5 also 106 sales. There must be also dealer demos, right, and press cars and so on. Yep.
Still early days.
Still early days. I've got this car in the next couple of weeks. So I'm looking forward to seeing that one. That could be a nice little foil to the Geely EX5 up there. So yeah, very interesting. Roland, I've been seeing a lot of these in Sydney, the Tesla Model Ys. I'm sure you have as well in your neck of the woods.
Oh, every day. Every day I see a couple at least.
Yeah. Tempted yet?
No, not yet. Let's see more of those leaked performance ones and then maybe we'll see.
Yeah, I reckon we're looking third quarter, surely performance, like late third quarter.
Yeah.
Like some
they do look good
right?
though. Like, they definitely stand out. Like, sometimes you see in a whole sea of cars, they definitely do stand out.
Yeah. I think subjectively, sorry, they look better than the old Model Y. It looks definitely different from the new 3 and the old Y. So yeah, they've done a good job. And you guys might have seen joined my Model Y all-wheel drive versus rear-wheel drive comparison. So check that video out. I think they drive quite well compared to the old car as well. Yes, good question from one of our viewers. Let me just see. Where is Xpeng? Riz from Sate. I agree. That's a really good question. John94 also asks, where's Xpeng? Great questions.
Well, it's like the plane, the G6. It's not on the ground. It's not on the roads. So we're not seeing them being registered anywhere. Look, that's apparently it's coming. Apparently they'll start to report some of their figures through FCAI or Electric Vehicle Council or however. But as we've sort of discussed a couple of times on the show before, the sneak peek that I have into that is 100 to 150 cars a month is what they're selling at the moment. Now, obviously, as new data comes in, I'll update our viewers and listeners, but 100 to 150. So I did a rough calculation across most of Australia. They've sold around about 850 cars this year. So, it's not a small number. It will be increasing with time. Some interesting news on the Xpeng front. I think we might touch on it a bit later in the show. But as far as we can see, there's no official way of confirming that. So, yeah, I'd say by June, they would have delivered around about 1,000 odd cars this year.
Okay, thanks, Riz. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a few around our neighbourhood, certainly in the north of Sydney. So surely you would want Xpeng to start reporting these figures to try and bolster these up to 10% for sure. Sim says, yeah, Model 3 below BYD Seal is interesting. I must say, Model 3 still languishing, sort of near the bottom of the top 10 there, which is very curious. Good to see the Seal still hanging in there, which is good. Waiting for those new 2025 Seals, Riz, as well.
Well, that's right. Now, what happens to the MG4? Because they've just announced an MY25 price increase from next month.
Oh.
So the whole lineup is going a couple of $1,000s up what it is today, apart from the X-Power.
Are we seeing any improvements in detail or performance, or not really?
As far as I could tell, it's an MY25. There've been no other things spoken about in terms of any change in specifications. And I've also been I've sort of found out that there's not a lot of stock left at the dealers for, call it an MY24 vehicle. So when MY25 comes out next month, it will be priced above the GWM Aura and the Dolphin Essential. On the Dolphin Essential, if anyone has picked up a Dolphin or an Atto 3 Essential, please let us know. We're still figuring out whether they're actually delivering these cars or not, because they went on sale in January and should have started deliveries by April. So, yeah, state of play is looking interesting. That Model 3 there I'm not sure, because I think we reported on this and we might touch on it a bit later in the show, but $3,000 off a trade-in towards a new Model 3 if you pick one up from inventory. We've also seen some activity on X. A fair few people are taking advantage of enhanced autopilot and FSD transfers as well to get a new car. So, yeah, I think they'll get rid of all their stock that they have, but it's just a bit interesting that Model 3 has lost a bit of steam when they do have reasonable amount of stock.
Yeah, it's very curious, isn't it, Riz and Roland? I mean, is it the fact that it doesn't have stalks? Is it the fact that it's a sedan? We just don't know. Is it the fact that there's just an appetite for SUVs rather than sedans? It's a very curious puzzle. Like, whereas the Seal's doing reasonably well, I don't know what the answer is. I mean, it's interesting.
There were rumors back then that they'd put the stalks back in the 3.
Oh,
that come to fruition? I mean, maybe it just was a rumor and that was it. But yeah,
you sure it wasn't the sexy stalk that you saw?
yes, yeah.
I think you're right, Roland. I think there has been sort of rumors around maybe them streamlining it, like the new Model Y, and a whole lot of sort of that detail. The thing that is a bit confusing at this stage is what happens, because they've got this $3,000 off. They've already got a couple of $1,000s off depending on the trim that you look at. Already it shows discounts on inventory. So, I mean, I'm not sure what's driving that. Part of this, I think, sort of lays around the shows, the big shows, everything electric, and the Melbourne Motor Show, the highlight at Tesla stands was either the Cybertruck or the Model Ys. And at both shows, they had a Model 3 Performance, but it was sort of tucked away to the back. So I think they want to keep the hype and things around the Y going. But I think a lot of people are sort of wanting something new and fresh, and SUVs are just so popular that refinement piece, now that it exists in a Model Y format and the way that car drives, obviously the comparison between rear-wheel drive, which is an improvement over the previous car, and the all-wheel drive, which, Tom, you've done with Joy, I think it's worth checking out for people that are interested. But I'd say it's taken a few sales away from Model 3, plus the fact that there's no real marketing or promotion around this car.
Yeah, which is a shame, Riz. As you know, the Performance Model 3 drives superbly. Like, we had a chance to drive it last year, and it's just so grippy, the all-wheel drive, and takes the corners beautifully. It's just a superb, refined vehicle, which is a shame that's not selling as well as the others. But you never know, with things like this, $3,000 trade-in sweetener, that's not bad. And then, here's a post from Tom Drew on LinkedIn showing as you said, if you transfer EAP or FSD capability to a new 3LY, you can transfer that across, whereas normally you can't. So hopefully stuff like this will help the new sales, for sales for Model 3 take hold. And obviously this is handy for the new Model Y as well. So yeah, good to see. Thank you also to Jason for gifting 5 memberships. Much appreciated. Thank you, Jason. Great supporter of the channel. Yes, Steve saying good to see an increase. Might shut up the EV sales of the plummeting trolls. Yes, see that every day that we in the news. 9.2% is good. Yep. Yes, Lewis, I'm with you there. Waiting to see the Dolphin Surf Seagull Mini. Look, the Inkster, I think obviously the Insta's competition is this car, the Dolphin Surf Seagull Mini. And also the Geely Xingyan, if that ever comes here. I think those two cars will certainly give the Insta a run for its money. Not to say the Insta doesn't drive well. I think it's a great car, but for the price, the Dolphin Surf will be very compelling. Hopefully, Riz 25 grand. Let's see. We'll try and
if they've got the Dolphin Essentials at 29,990 plus on-road, so about 31 grand. They've got to price the Dolphin Surf Seagull Mini around about that much. 25 odd grand.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll sell.
Oh, it'll sell 100%. It'll be so good. Great little city car. Yes. Yeah, Volkswagen ID4. That's the car I'm driving at the moment, to be honest. So looking forward to showing you guys that on video. It's not a bad little car.
Now, I don't know if I misread the sales figures in May, but I think they sold one.
Okay. One? That's probably the one I'm driving, is it?
Yeah, well, probably. Or it's not on there because it didn't make it that high up in the charts. But yeah, I think they sold one. I was very surprised.
It's got to be yours.
Well, that's it, Tom. You've got a pretty rare.
I've got a
one
unicorn.
of one in Australia.
Look, to be fair, I think look, for the brand name, it actually drives pretty well, and it looks okay. Like and the infotainment system is okay. It's probably a little bit behind the Chinese stuff that's out at the moment, but it's not bad for what it is. So it's definitely an improvement from what I saw from like Cupra and Skoda from like last year. So yeah, we'll see. I'm not going to write it off. I think it's a reasonable drive. We'll take it for a long drive over the long weekend as well. So stay tuned, everyone. I'll give you our full thoughts. Join myself. Yes, thank you, Adam. Don't forget to like the video. Much appreciated. Xpeng still has problem with its supercharger, Tesla supercharger. Yes, I believe so. Haven't heard anything otherwise yet. Yeah, Ludicrous. Sorry, Gaffer's saying might be that there's no front bumper camera on the 3. That's a good point. Whereas the Y does. The Y does. It has got a little squirty thing as well to try and clean it if you've got like crap on it. So. That's a good point, actually. Certainly helps with parking, having a front bumper camera. And the Model 3 lacks a few things that they corrected on the Y, correct. Now, we've actually got the opportunity to compare both cars in a few weeks' time, thanks to Tesla PR once again. So stay tuned on the channel. We've got that coming up, a compare between the two. Okay, let's keep going. Thanks for the comments, everyone. Thank you. Hello, Tassie. Nice to see you from chilly Hobart. Must be cold down there, I'm sure. Thanks. Keep those comments coming. Jason, loving the Seal Premium. Got the new update? Yes, the new update is really good. Great quality of life improvements. Apple CarPlay now sits with the bottom bar, which is so good. Don't need to swipe away and get the aircon up anymore, which is good. No, I think the ID4 has got connectivity. I'll have to double check that. I think it does. Let me check that for you guys. Yes, Jez, I'm with you there. We need a Mercedes EQS SUV test drive. Yeah. The Germans don't like me as much. I haven't been able to get many press cars out of them, I must say. So if you're watching BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, let us know. Happy to test those cars for you. All right, let's keep the articles coming, gents. The next one I want to talk about is this one. Now, this is going to be a bit of fun. So now, I heard this week that the Cybertruck hasn't been written off yet by Tesla in Australia. Riz, you might know more.
I knew that there was talks of it, and I've spoken to Tom Drew, the country manager, and others, and they seem to think it's pretty, they're in discussions and it's happening, or there's some movement. So, we've seen a few photos of quite a few Cybertrucks in the parking lot outside Giga Texas and the rest of it. They're probably waiting to go somewhere, but yeah, if it does happen, I'm not sure about the right-hand drive side of it, because how many markets are actually doing that. I know this is steer-by-wire and a whole lot of other technological advancements in this vehicle, but yeah, very hard to say whether how many could they possibly sell? We don't know.
This is the question, guys. Have they sold like 20,000 in the States, right? That's really small numbers compared to how many pre-orders they had. Like, they had 500,000, didn't they, at one stage?
I think they had quite a few. I mean, some rumors were over 2 million orders.
Yeah.
It was. I still remember Elon on one of the calls saying the demand is so off the hook you can't even see the end of the hook. Those sort of comments, but I'm not sure, where things are at. But technologically, it's such an advanced vehicle. But I guess whether we get a couple of hundred in the next year or two, we'll find out.
Yeah, this is the thing, like Roland, like I agree with Riz. It's like, yeah, it's like top of the line tech, state of the art stuff. But I don't know. I probably wouldn't buy one. I just don't want to have this car. I don't want to drive this car. It's just a bit too out there for me, just as a family car. Maybe if I owned a business, I would probably get one and put my branding all over it. That's probably useful. What do you think, Roland, around the Northwest with this thing? Might be fun, I guess.
Nah, no chance. Oh, I'm sure there'd be some tradies with it for sure. They would snap them up like no tomorrow. But I'm just thinking about like tight. It definitely won't be in the inner west. You're not going to get that through any of the streets. I just looked up the dimensions because I forgot. I remember it was longer than my garage, 5.6 something meters long, but it's 2.4 meters wide.
Holy dolly!
Like, you won't be going into shopping centers with those either.
No, you wouldn't fit. Probably hit the roof, literally.
Yeah.
This thing's still in Tesla Sydney, by the way, in Alexandra showroom. So if you really want to see it, it's there. So in Sydney. But yeah, having been in the car at Everything Electric and where else was it? Yeah, you could definitely go in there. It's like, wow, it's unreal. It's like, can't believe this thing's actually a commercial vehicle in the US. It's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, it might be fun to sort of drive across Australia in this thing, I suppose, if you had the space for it. Yeah. Who in the live stream would be buying one? Honestly, let's be honest here, like super real. Who would actually buy one as opposed to just saying I would get one? Like that's what I really want to see. So leave your thoughts there. Sam says there'll always be one that tries to go into a shopping centre. Yeah, there's always one stuck. Yeah, we already have young tanks on the road.
True.
In Oz. Yep, that's true. F-150, Ram, so on.
Ram, I think they sell about 7,000 a year.
Yeah, they do sell. Yeah, Roland Spec needs the tri-motor. I believe so too, Nick. Might be tempted.
Cyber Beast, I think it's called.
Yes.
Okay, I've got some answers here in the chat. I've got a few notes here. I'm sure there's some people who would buy one.
Seems like majority no.
Yeah. Same sort of size as the Ram. Yeah, I know they're quite big. Definitely. Yeah, my garage barely fits the seal, says Sim. No, so it would not happen until I buy a farm. Yes, if I had a farm, I'd probably get one actually.
And that's who I think that the truck really sort of suits. Agricultural sort of, regional, those sort of locations. Inner city stuff is a bit hard to say. But then again, as everyone sort of said, plenty of Rams and others driving around, and I don't see sales of those slowing down anytime soon unless there's some big sort of incentives or disincentive to stop buying them.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the versatility and the utility of a Ute. Having test driven the Shark 6, that was great. It's good fun. Yeah, Nick says, please get a test drive for us. You know, when they were trolling this thing around Australia, I asked Tesla whether I could just sit in the vehicle as they towed it from place to place, or as they drove it from city to city. I don't want to drive, I just want to sit in it, but they wouldn't let me. So it's very hard to get a test drive or a test ride even. They're very secretive about it, which is weird.
Riz, do what Hal said. Was it Hal that said it? Trade in your Rolls for it.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, here we go. What's he got? Oh, he's got one.
It's the real Spectre, and there's one behind me as well, sort of somewhere.
Oh yeah,
somewhere there.
Nice. Has it got an umbrella?
Look, I'll trade this in. Tesla Australia, if you're listening. Rolls Royce, never driven, only driven to church on a Sunday. I mean,
oh, that's not true. You gave me a ride the other day. So,
oh yeah, that's
driven once.
That was to church, Tom.
On time. Too funny. JD's asking, what's the new BYD leaked Ute this week? Ooh.
Yes.
What's that?
There's another leak of a BYD Ute being in camo, driving or being driven around on a truck somewhere in Shenzhen. It looks a little less rugged. It doesn't look like it's part of the DMO platform. Yeah, it's more of a, I don't know, sort of a conventional SUV based type of Ute.
Yeah, you're right. It's a plug-in, right?
I don't know what this one is, because part of it sort of suggests that if it's on a more conventional car platform, then it's could potentially even be fully electric option. It's got a bit of a shark-like tail lights, but yeah, the rest of it looks a bit more streamlined.
It's got a very short tray, like massive dual cab.
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't look like a big...
No, whereas the Shark's got a massive tray. So interesting. Yeah. This could be like the Shark, Baby Shark. Baby Shark.
Trademark that name.
Baby Shark 7. Okay. Now there's the Shark here, right? I've been offered the Canon Ultra to try. Is it? No, Canon Alpha. Yeah, the GWM. Alpha. That's another plug-in. Compare that to the Shark. It'd be interesting. There was some sort of video, right, comparing the two towing capacity, I think? The Canon Ultra? The Canon Alpha?
Probably, because, towing is the true test of how any of these vehicles perform in the real world. Clearly. So they've got to do that.
Lewis is suggesting the Shark Dolphin Mini Seagull. Yep, that's a good name. Baby Shark Seagull Mini Dolphin. No more Baby Shark songs. Come on, this sells itself. Baby Shark. Oh man, I should have trademarked that. Shouldn't have said anything. It's too late now. All right, let's keep going. So, all right, let's move on to Chargers Jets. Can it tow a Porsche? Yeah, let's see.
Cybertruck can. So
funny. So Riz, let's talk about charging. Here we go. We've got 1,299 fast charging sites according to Carloop data.
We're nearly at 1,300. I think there's about 6,000 petrol stations, so we're climbing. Over 3,600 bays. These are obviously any charger that's over 22 kilowatts, so 24 DC plus. And there's quite a bit of increase, and as you can see with the number of bays, with Tesla supercharging sites having so many bays, it's climbing, and Tesla is at 119 sites now.
Oh, nice. You know what we need, Riz? We need like a charging bay to site ratio, and then break it down into the different, the different OEMs, different CPOs. That would be quite a good stat, I reckon. I think Tesla obviously would lead the pack with that.
Yeah, we've got that. I think we'll be able to share that in a week or two's time on the stream.
Yeah, nice. We should name and shame, definitely. I reckon EV be up there. You think EVIE?
Yeah, I think they're doing 4 to 6 bay sites now.
Yeah,
they're growing. The concern is around BP and Ampol. Where are things at? So and also Shell. Where are things at?
I know, right?
Because I don't know if they've got 1 site, 2 sites, 3 sites, but not a lot of activity.
The one in Epping in Victoria, the one North Point, that was quite good. The BP, There was like 6 stalls there. Good facilities too. So anyone is in the outskirts of Melbourne, that's a good one to stop at. And I think there's another one on the route to Brisbane somewhere in northern New South Wales. I can't remember where. So yeah, it's happening. It's good to see. Which brand was it that they promised the big one in Albury? Was that BP as well?
I thought it was BP, yeah. And I think Jason from Tech AU covered that in some architectural drawings from back in the day. But yeah, BP's shown slightly smaller ambition over the last couple of years.
Yeah, we just need them at key sites, honestly, on our main arterials. That'll make people happy. Now, we also have New South Wales. I didn't cover this last week. I should have, but this was news from last week. New South Wales government to roll out 246 new EV fast chargers across New South Wales. So that's great. So, I mean, last week was State of Origin in Brisbane, which New South Wales won, just quietly. So I think New South Wales are probably winning again, guys, with fast charging rollout, thanks to this.
There's no competition, Tom, so...
That's good. I'm happy to be in this state. Good to see. What will be the next state? Victoria, in terms of number of chargers?
Yeah, just purely from population and also EV's point of view. Victoria was up there, and then Queensland, not too far.
Yeah. Look, I know it's public money, but it's the stimulus, right? It's the impetus to get things going, just to put them in major routes, as we keep saying, map them out, make them major arterials where the towns are, and then you're covering 90 to 95% of road trips in New South Wales. Done. It's not rocket science, honestly.
And it helps with funding tourism as well, right?
Yes.
Like, it's a similar thing. People probably spend more than going into a petrol station buying chocolate bar or something. You're charging, you're probably going to eat. But as they get faster charging, that's a different question.
Yep, correct. Jens, what do you think about New South or government incentives for putting in AC charging into accommodation, like hotels or Airbnbs and motels? Like that makes sense to me as well.
Kickstarting it, I think, yeah.
Yeah, just like 1 or 2, really. That makes life a lot easier to road trip. Public money funded the petrol station rollout all those years ago. There you go. It's only Dale. It does happen. It needs to happen. NRMA mainly ABB these days. Indeed, that's good. Move away from tritium. No V2X news. Well, I guess now's a good time to plug the Melbourne International EV Autoshow. Good segue. Thanks, James. That's coming up in late June, and I guess that's one of the topics we'll be talking about, along with others, and lots of test drives as well. So we've got a special link for Ludicrous Feed viewers in the video description. Check that out. 27, 28, 29 in Melbourne. So Riz and I will be there. Make sure you come along as well. Thanks. And also, just quickly, thank our sponsors too, mycar, Hankook, and Carloop. Thanks for sponsoring the channel. All right. Yes, Tassie, I agree. Definitely need AC chargers as well at destinations like hotels, attractions. That's a good one. Theme parks, stadiums. Where else do people go? Movies.
Bonza terminals.
Yeah, that's right. New Sydney Airport.
Yeah.
Shopping centres. I mean, yeah, there's so many options. Costco. Yeah, Costco EV charging. There's always a lineup for the petrol. We should have EV chargers there too.
Costco Bunnings would be perfect.
Perfect.
Bunnings has started apparently. So
good.
They've got a couple of sites here in Victoria, and one I think opened up today in Springwell, southeast of Melbourne. But yeah, I think there's still a bit of a trial, sort of a rollout, but it's starting to happen.
good. Bunnings is like an Australian institution, right? You go to Bunnings on the weekend to get something.
Hey,
Seriously.
You know what I saw the other day walking into the Bunnings? They've got an automotive aisle now.
Okay.
So you can buy wiper blades and stuff and other things.
That was recent. That's been maybe past couple of months at most.
It's very new. So they batteries, like car batteries, like lead acid batteries and stuff.
Nice.
They're starting to do a lot of that stuff. So EV charging with their automotive theme and business line, I think could be pretty beneficial.
That might sort of eat into like Super Cheap Auto and Repco and stuff, right? If Bunnings is doing that kind of thing.
And they're Super Cheap and Repco have been very slow as far as I can see around EVs, and they reluctantly put a couple of cables in a year or two ago, like Type 2 cables. But yeah, I think it's time. I think we need a bit more competition.
Yep. JD's saying, yeah, they have AC chargers at Bunnings for sales. That's good. Let's keep going, guys. So yeah, Bunnings, coffee, snag, and shop while charging. Yeah, I mean, surely the average person spends like half an hour in there, like at an absolute minimum, right? You get sucked in there. You want to go in there and get some chlorine or whatever, and then like, oh, that looks good. Oh, that looks good. I might grab something, and before you know it, you're shopping trolley full of crap, and half an hour in, you know your car could have been charged 20%. That's a no-brainer. Sounds
like IKEA.
Yeah, IKEA. I agree, Roland. I agree. You live close to an IKEA, right? Up in Marsden Park? Well, not really.
It's about still a bit far away. It's close enough.
That's close. It's closer than me.
20 minutes close enough. Yeah.
If I live that close, I'd be there for breakfast all the time.
Swedish meatballs every day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, bring it on. Nick says the new battery subsidies may slow V2G demand. I'm still hopeful of V2G, but the charges are expensive. That is true.
Look, that V2G topic is so big and broad. I saw earlier today in my YouTube feed, Arena has done a video on V2G, like a 50-second animated video on what V2G is. And even after watching that, I have NFI what V2G is. So anyone that wants to know, come to the Melbourne International EV show, as there's going to be quite a few V2G talks from researchers as well as practitioners. And yeah, I'm still very confused. Can the vehicles do it? Which vehicles can? Which chargers can? Where is it legal? Is Chris Bowen going to come and turn it on at my house because it's such a special thing? I'm not sure.
Yeah, will there be some argy-bargy at the Melbourne one? We'll see, right?
Yes.
There was some last year in Sydney, so yeah, there's never a dull moment at an EV show. So come along, guys, that's for sure. Yeah, I agree, Riz. I don't know. I mean, someone emailed me saying, well, yeah, I'm not as technical as some, but you know, if it's DC V2G, can you just plug in a DC V2G box and just suck energy out of your car, and it's still considered V2L? That's the thing that I don't know. So these are the questions that need to be answered. But with Amber,
it's the inverter that's the limiting thing.
Correct.
Because it needs to convert to AC.
That's right. If you speak to guys from EVSC and other sort of companies like that, they'll say a DC V2G is much easier because you don't have that inverter in between. But if you can imagine, like, if Amber's doing like spike pricing at $20 for kilowatt hour, if you've got a 60 kilowatt hour car doing V2G, that's a crazy amount of export during those spikes. So that's why.
No, but your grid is AC, so the limiting factor is the converter. Yeah. I looked into this because of this whole thing. I did all the quotes and everything, but I put it on hold because
it's expensive, right?
Yes, let's just put it that way.
Yeah. And
total,
one question, Roland. You've done all your research. Is there a top spec V2G system that we should consider?
I'm not paid to say this comment, but yes, exactly what Lord has said.
Yeah.
So the quote that I got, and mind you, right, everyone needs to go do their own research to get the quote. But for me in particular, based on my location, 40 kilowatt hour battery stack plus the V2G charger was just under $30,000.
Ooh, that is a lot of money. I mean,
so it's pretty much almost 10,000 just for the V2G.
Right.
Even if you're getting those Amber spikes, it's a long time to pay back. 10 grand. Jeez. Yeah. It's just probably not just viable just yet, but if there's some sort of trial running, it'd be great to sign up, or some sort of subsidy.
Yes, if anyone's watching, pay for the installation. I'll take it. Tom will take it. Riz will take it. We'll take it. Plus, I'll be honest.
Hey, apparently the Cybertruck has power share, and it can output up to, I think, 9.6 kilowatts out of the tray, and up to 11 kilowatts, I think, or something from somewhere in the truck. Anyway, people have been using it as a home backup, and all you need to do, technically, as far as I know, is to connect a wall connector along with, I think, a power wall in some cases, but it's not necessary. And once again, I'm not that clever as some of our audience and listeners, but to me, that simple plug-and-play solution is what is needed for V2H anyway. For V2G, once again, Chris Bowen, I need your help because I've got no clue what's going on.
Thanks, Chris. Help us out here. Lord, I agree. If you're in Sydney, let me know. I'm happy to have a look at your setup there. That looks fantastic. He's got a DC EV charger set up. I think that was with SIG. That was the same comment from before SIG Energy. They're doing a bit of promotion at the moment with their big batteries. That'd be great. Let us know. That'd be a good PSA for sure. V2H also needs regulation approval. Yep. Okay. Correct. Oh, WA. Okay. That's a shame. That's all right. You can just do a video for us. That'd be great. I mean, the whole point of a V2G is that you don't need a separate battery, right? I mean, ideally, you just have the car doing the hard work. So, yeah. Cybertruck's got DC to AC inverter, according to Richard too. Anyway, good conversation, gents and audience. That's great. Look, this is the kind of stuff we need to discuss at these EV shows because that is definitely a new frontier in the EV sort of transition for sure.
Now, I just quickly, I learned something today, and I thought I'll share it with our audience and everyone here. Apparently, the cost of we sort of know the cost of batteries is coming down. Now, apparently, it's cheaper for battery makers that use LFP chemistry to produce a 60 kilowatt hour LFP battery for a battery pack for an EV compared to a 20 kilowatt hour LFP pack for basically your plug-in hybrids. Now, it's all to do with economies of scale, and there's just unit cost is far higher per cell or per pack for a plug-in hybrid battery pack. So when they say that it's got less capacity, so it must be cheaper to produce, but then you've also got an engine, it's not always true. So the way things are going in the battery world is it's pretty much cheaper to have a full-blown BEV to make that than to make a plug-in hybrid.
I mean, Riz, you've been on tours with BYD and others. I mean, I've seen they show us this massive entanglement of battery and engine for their hybrids, and Chang'an were the same. They showed us what they had. It looks really complicated. I mean, just to appease, I guess, the transition. But as you said, the BEV setup probably is a lot easier to produce at scale rather than this complex, hybrid situation. So yeah, I think there's probably some truth in that.
And it's only going to get cheaper with CATL announcing the sodium-ion technology for some of the cheaper cars that's going into mass production before the end of this year. And as there's more scale and demand for LFP packs, the unit cost will continue to come down. So yeah, I think the BEV and FEV sort of battle is already sort of the BEVs have won in some ways, but there is some applications like commercial vehicles and others, we've got a bit of way to go.
Yep. And I think because of the federal novated leasing subsidy for FEVs is now gone, I think I read in that same Driven article that the FEV sales have definitely dropped, right, last month?
Yeah.
Like Shark and Sea Lion?
Shark and Sea Lion 6, I think, made up about 1,700 out of 3,100 sales for plug-in hybrids. And, given we've seen BEVs were 10,000 plus, so nearly more than three times as many. that gap is widening.
Oh, that's good. Good for us. More BEVs, the better. Grandpa just saying that weekly race request for me and Roland. Yep, I'll get Tom spec versus Roland spec. Happy to plod along. All good. Yep. And will Chris Brown bring his Scandinavian bodyguard to the EV show? I believe the Viking is there with us, with me and Riz, so he'll be our bodyguard as well. So if you want to see the Viking, he'll be there too. Yep. Let's keep going. Oh, sure. Saw a Shark 6 with a canopy on the back. That's good. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of accessories on the BYD website to buy as well. Amstelaga says VW ID4 doesn't have connectivity in Australia. Okay, apparently an updated model is coming. Interesting. Yeah, I only had a quick play with it today, but I'll double check for you guys. That's a real shame if it doesn't. Real shame. I can't even get the wireless CarPlay working at the moment, just quietly. I had to plug it in today. So apparently ChatGPT tells me it does have it. So I just have to figure it out somehow. Anywho. All right, so let's keep going. So let's keep talking about chargers. So this is Engadine BP, which is in the south of Sydney. And we were talking about earlier about BP being quite good at some of their locations. And this is, I think this is an, what's this, Alptronic? I think Alptronic charger.
Might not be on the screen yet, Tom.
Oh, next one. Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. Here we go. This one here. Sorry. Okay, there we go. BP chargers in Engadine. BP Pulse. So I think these are Alptronic with a redundancy AC charger in the middle there, which is a great to have because, as we know, DC chargers can fail, but having that redundant AC is fantastic. I mean, this was the kind of setup, gents, that we talked about, like New South Wales government wanting this kind of rollout, right? 4 plugs, AC charger, standard across the government funding sites. This is a great example.
Yeah, it's the only thing it's missing is a canopy, but aside from that, it's all nearly there.
Agreed. If this was across the East Coast and through to the West Coast, through to Adelaide, I mean, this would be so good. And look, it's got a credit card facility too. How good's that? Tap and go, hopefully.
Yeah.
Exactly. Both CCS too.
It looks like it's not I think it was the Triton ones in my local BP Pulse that it's like extremely heavy. That looks a lot lighter.
Yep, definitely does. I mean, nothing is as light as the V4 supercharger cables, but this is not bad. Not bad for what it is. Importantly, it's got a long cable, so wherever your port is, doesn't matter. You can just drag it. It's got a pulley as well. So, well done, BP. I can't believe I'm praising a fossil fuel company, but that's good. At least you're rolling out EV chargers. That's fine. I don't know what the speed is. Oh, here you go. 150. That's good. That's probably enough for most cars, I would imagine. Most 400-volt cars can't charge higher than that, except for Tesla. All drive cars. It's good. And here we go. MG's next electric SUV, the MG S6. Was this the car I saw on the road the other day? Not sure. Approved for sale in Australia.
No, there's no official picture, so I had to use the S5 being tested in disguise. But basically, think of that S5, but a bit stretched out, sort of the Model Y Xpeng G6 length sort of a car. But yeah, there's no pictures as part of the approval, but I think there's 2 battery packs, a 77 kilowatt hour one as well, couple of variants, and yeah, I think it's probably what MG is aiming for. If they've got the S5 at about 40 grand a starting price, then this could be 45, 47,000 starting price for a pretty large sort of a car.
Yeah, as you said, it's 4.46 for the S5, and so 4.7 for the S6. That's good. That's Model Y size. Yeah, I've got the S5 in a couple of weeks as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. From what I've seen so far, the infotainment and the interior looks a dramatic improvement compared to the MG4. So yeah, MG on to bigger and better things, which is great. And they've got the 10-year warranty, which is like class leading in Australia. So it's good to see that OEM backing itself. That's what we want to see. Closer to 50 grand. I mean, 50 grand for this car is still pretty good price chance, I think. It'll give Geely a run for its money.
I think that's the main thing. The EX5 is just a little bit bigger than the MG S5. And if that starts at about, 44,000 drive away, then this can't be too much more expensive than that.
Yeah. Yep. The more options like this, the better. People just love SUVs, as we've seen with our sales charts from earlier today. So it's great. Anyone rolling out Tesla chargers in Australia like EG in the UK? Great question, John. Yeah. Good question.
Not that I've seen so far.
I mean, surely Riz, they're close, right? The hardware is rock solid. Just doesn't matter who rolls it out. As long as the V4 unit is there, I'm happy with that.
Gents, I think it's the will. The willpower needs to be there.
Inclination.
We currently haven't got that much of it, but hopefully that will change after they look at the sales numbers we've got now.
I know. 10%. We're on the threshold. Surely we're close.
Wait till July or August, once all the businesses have done their budgets for the year.
Yep. And EFS is coming. Amstelago, wireless CarPlay doesn't work either, Tom. Oh, good. I'm glad it wasn't just me. I thought I was going crazy in that car, trying to get it working. Several customers getting heavily discounted ID4s for not having these features. That's great because it's $59,990 MSRP, which is quite high for that class. Yeah. Okay, here we go. ID4 doesn't have connectivity either. Okay, yeah, we saw that earlier, didn't we?
So my understanding then is, I thought the reason why the ID4 has been, and the 5 has been such a long time coming, was because they were trying to get the kinks out, but they missed a few. So hopefully it means, and maybe that explains that one sale in May, because no, seriously, maybe they did stop shipments to do stuff. I don't know, update cars or get the factory to make some changes before they get here.
I'm still confused whether the GTX is available, because according to some of the press articles, they are, but on the official VW website, you can't order it yet. So I'm just a bit puzzled as to what's going on.
Actually, just on that's the top spec car. That's very close to Roland's heart on that one. Another top spec car that should have been here or available to order by June, and it's not here yet, is the G6 Performance, the Xpeng G6 Performance. Now, we were told about this last year, so I'm not sure what's happened. Maybe they're not going to bring it to Australia.
No, don't say that.
Oh, I'm just saying, man. Like, Roland, I think you and I both need to look at the latest FAQ that Xpeng has put up on their website. It's quite a read for anyone that's interested. Check it out.
You see the moment Roland's heart is breaking when Riz said it's not coming. It's like, no,
look,
I want that.
Hey, actually, having said that, Xiaomi, Roland, the real performance maker out of China, is I hear again they have big plans to go international. So if we miss out on the G6, as long as the SU7 Ultra or Max comes here, we're pretty happy.
Or the YU7. Yep, either one. Either one. We'll take any. Just bring them over.
Zeekr 007 GT. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
please. That one too.
That's it.
Yes. Bring them all.
Bring them all. Exactly. All right, let's keep going. What's at the end, gents? Here we go. We've got Geely EX5. Speaking of adding another variant, 68.39. Why not make it 69 kilowatt hour? It's a much nicer number, and extra range too. So whether that comes to Australia, I'm sure it will. Surely, just to throw things in the mix there. I mean, currently it's 400 kilometer range for a 60 kilowatt hour battery. So it'd be good to have that extra bit of range.
I think they claim about 430 WLTP. It's one of the most efficient cars on the market, hands down. I don't know how they're doing it, but it's very efficient. It's a lightweight SUV compared to other electric cars. I can definitely see, Tom, as you say, the benefit of having a bigger battery. But I think one of the reasons behind their success so far in Australia is the fact that they've kept it very, very simple. One battery, one sort of range. You get massage seats over normal fake leather seats, but yeah, I think it's a great thing to have options. So anyone, if Geely is listening, bring this and the other models that you've got lined up.
Bring the Xingyan, I want that one. But yeah, I mean, it is a very efficient car, and for a front-wheel drive, it drives actually pretty well. Very little torque steering, so I'm very impressed with that car. Sam says, reading the Xpeng FAQ, it looks like basically all their cars aren't coming until 2026. My goodness, that's next year. X9 Q2 to Q4. Wow, that's disappointing. Q1 G6 to a facelift.
I'm hoping these are all the new ones when they come here.
Yeah, bloody well hope so.
Well, so 2025 G6 is not coming until 2026.
It's Australia time, not China time.
Well, that's right. But, it's...
Yeah, I mean, True EV are very quiet, yes, that too. I mean, we talked about last week about BYD now changing distributorship to the HQ, so I guess rumors also Xpeng doing the same.
Look, real EVs are very quiet, so we just have to give them time. But I think, look, we'll see what happens. X9, I believe there's a couple in shopping centers somewhere being teased, showcased, deposits potentially being taken.
New South Wales has one.
Okay. The new one?
I saw a post earlier today. No,
the older one.
I don't think it's a new one.
Now the new X9, which obviously we saw in Hong Kong, Tom, that is the global car.
Yes.
So if we are to get that, that's what we're going to get. But the G6, no performance, and 2025 coming late. And if we saw what really took the sales off this month or in May, that Model Y is excellent car. And when they launch a performance, not saying it's going to be, the hottest thing for them, but it will just increase competition for G6 performance and other variants that will be coming potentially later on.
Yeah. Look, I don't care who distributes the cars, just get them here because the G6 is a good car. Particularly the facelift one looks great, actually. A lot of issues I had with the original one have been fixed with the new one, so I think it's a great car. So hopefully we'll see it here. Question for me: when's the high density LFP battery coming to Australia? I don't know. That's the answer.
No word.
Yeah. No, I don't think they're officially saying it's in the cars. They might just sneak it in there without telling us. I don't know. They're probably making minor improvements all the time. I would think, like most things. Jay saying Zeekr 7X coming expected for Jan 26 delivery. Great, cool.
Oh, I was hearing other things. I was thinking the media, not the media, but I was thinking the initial batch of cars were potentially September, October. Hopefully deliveries earlier. But I mean, look, Jay probably has the latest scoop on this.
Great. Okay. Well, can't confirm or deny. I don't know. Maybe Andrew's watching again. He can tell us. How's saying Xpeng sales doing well in China? Okay, that's good. That's great.
Over 30,000 units a month, which is pretty good for them.
It's good. Good. The marketing drive helped over the last couple of months.
I think a lot of it is, I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's being driven by the Mona as well. The more cheaper, affordable. And they launched a new variant of the Mona with XNGP smart driving capabilities last week or so.
A standard, right?
Yeah, standard.
That's crazy. That's very good. All right, let's whip through the last few stories. Great discussion, everyone. Well done. Thank you. And yes, looks like there's an approval for the new factory in South Australia for Tesla, despite vocal anti-Musk sentiment. Okay, that's good for Tesla, having a factory there. And Roland, you've got this one for us. China time once again. IM6 facelift already in China. Interesting. That's the issue we have, right, gents? Like, we talk about this all the time. The cars just can't get it quick enough before it's redone in China.
Just the whole G6 thing that Riz just said. Correct. 2025 model G6 will get in 2026. This car hasn't even launched locally yet, and there's a new one.
Well, my thoughts were just quickly on the G6, Roland. I think, Tom, we saw the new X9 in that Hong Kong showroom.
Yep. There
was a new X, and I don't remember seeing a G6, but we saw the G6 in Shanghai and the rest. So yeah, we'll see what happens China versus Australia time, and it's not just Xpeng. BYD also has LiDAR and other equipment on the Seal and other models that I don't think we've seen yet.
God's Eye. BYD's watching you. Don't forget.
And there's an IM7 apparently being developed or considered for the South American markets. That came, I think, a day or two after you shared that one, Roland. So I don't know what's going on anymore.
This one's got LiDAR, this new IM6 too. Little knob in there. Yeah, someone said the back of the IM6 looks like a Aston Martin DBX, and I tend to agree. It does look like that, actually. Yeah, good call by that person. Yep. All right, let's keep going. We're almost at the end. So BYD's next big product, the this last mile delivery van. Cool.
Yeah, very knowledgeable, good friend of ours, Mark Rainford, was obviously roaming around the streets of Shenzhen inside China Auto, where he spotted a very, very large vehicle. The E-Vali, I think it's called E-Vali or E-Vali, that was launched in Europe last year.
Oh, yeah.
So it hasn't officially had customer deliveries, but this one obviously is being tested, so it's not far.
That's a big van. A very long wheelbase.
Nearly 7 meters in length.
Whoa, that's huge. Yeah, that's not a tradie van. It's like a big delivery van, moving van.
Tradie van's behind it in the picture.
Yeah,
that's it.
Huge.
Correct. That's right. I wonder this is quite cute. Whatever this is. Yeah, I know. So many cars in China. So many brands. I still don't know. Amazing. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for all your contributions. Thank you also to our live audience for watching tonight. Fantastic. Good to see you all. Love the comments. Always love the bi-directional learning.
Love Nick's comment that he just put on there about what this van looks like. They have baked Tesla with a Robovan or Robovan.
Robovan. Too funny. Yep, BYD first to market. Done. Yeah, you lot pronounce Robovan. EV vans will be a big seller, cutting costs for local delivery services. Yeah, I mean, if I had a trade, I'd definitely get a EV. If I was just in the city, right? Just charge at home and got V2L, just makes sense. All good. Yeah, you can fit so many Amazon orders in this baby. Yep, more crap to buy during half-yearly sales. That's right. All right, Riz and Roland, what have you guys got on this week? Riz, what are you driving at the moment, apart from the Spectre?
Look, I picked up the Kia EV3 today, as small as the baby Kia. And I think next week I might have the EX5 for a little bit, but we will find out. Roland, what's top spec? What's happening?
What's cooking?
I just returned the EV3, so I feel like it's gone doing a full loop.
That's right.
I'm picking up a G6, funny enough, later this week. So we'll see how that goes. I'll see if I can squeeze time to just triple check what is it, 8 times someone said into a supercharger. If there's a magic dance we got to do,
it's a cheat code.
Let me know.
The cheat code.
Yeah, the cheat code. Tell me the cheat code. If there is one, we'll give it a go.
Followed by a curse word each time. Sorry. Too funny. Yeah, let us know, Roland. I'd be very interested. You can report back next week or whenever you're next on. No
and
worries.
Tom, have you got anything exciting happening in the next couple of days, week or so?
Yep, ID4. Long weekend in Sydney and New South Wales this weekend. I think maybe in Victoria as well. So might go for a drive with that thing. Yeah, should be good. I mean, yeah, for what it is, I think it's still a pretty good car. I'll mark it on its merit, but I think mark it down on the stuff like no connectivity and no wireless CarPlay, unfortunately. It's got to tell like it is, unfortunately. All right. Otherwise, thanks, gents. Thank you, Riz. Thank you, Roland. Hope you guys have a great rest of the week and weekend. And thanks, everyone, as well, for watching. Much appreciated. Great comments, as always. And we shall see you all next week on the show. Until then, it's goodbye and thanks for watching. See you guys.
Thanks, guys. See you all.
See ya. I'll just pop this on. Sorry. I always muck this up. All right, here we go. See you guys. Bye.